It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Ringside Heat is on the air from the heart of Saga to the soul of the squared circle. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lex Tan, host and producer of the show. You can follow me at Lex Tan Media. Follow the show at Ringside_Heat on all of our social media. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram, X, Facebook, Threads. We're also on TikTok and on Patreon. And I'm joined here today for the 200th episode, the 200th radio and Spotify episode of Ringside Heat. My gosh, how did we get here to the double century mark? I'm still kind of actually dumbfounded right now how we made it this far. But we have, and thank you so much to everybody at Saga 960 for being there with us, and also for all of you listening for being with us along this journey to the double century mark. And to celebrate here, we're recording this on November the 11th, so that's the reason why we've got Poppies on here today for the recording. And right beside me on the screen here are my two brothers in banter on Ringside Heat. First off, over to the left of the screen. Oh, here. That's left of the screen. There it is. We've got our TNA wrestling expert and wrestling memorabilia collection expert, Chico Newgid at Coco Collects. Chico, welcome to the show.
Dang. Well, I can confirm that you are indeed dumbfounded because you founded this show, and sometimes you're kind of dumb.
I am.
True story.
I am found, and I am dumb. So,
hallelujah.
However, if you take the literal meaning of dumb, I'm definitely not dumb.
No, you definitely are not. Colin, the literal meaning of dumb is you cannot speak, and Mr. Tan is quite the talker.
Oh, he's so smart. He won't shut up. Yeah, that's great.
Even when my body tells me to shut up.
There we go. Cracked it. 5 seconds in. Let's do it.
There it is. That's Colin Dodge. You can follow him at Risen72. He's also got a Godzilla movie podcast at CanJiraCast. That's CanJira. You can find that on Apple and Spotify. He's also a charity Twitch streamer. Colin, welcome.
I think Saga 960 forgot we were here. Why did they let us do 200 of these things? This is craziness. But we're going to do it until they remember we're on the radio. Yeah.
Shout out to Julia and to Jyoti and to Praveen as well.
Thank you.
They can't see us, I guess. We're here.
I guess.
Well,
there you go.
Speaking of which,
Segways.
what better way to start off the 200th episode by talking about, the unseen hero, the unseen 17, Mr. John Cena, who might be behind me right now, maybe somewhere around here. Who knows? We can't see him.
But behind me, so don't. Yeah. I'm
okay, good. So, but I would love to see a match between John Cena and Godzilla. Let's see who would win that one.
Oh yeah, the end of John Cena. Godzilla.
So maybe we'll see a Godzilla appearance on December 13th.
Godzilla destroyed DC and Marvel recently, so yeah. Sorry, Cena, you got nothing.
He's. You know what?
We'll get into the comics, kids. Godzilla's eating everybody.
We'll get into December the 13th, rather, for John Cena's final appearance on Saturday night's main event, his final appearance ever as a WWE wrestler. And we'll get into that a little bit later because of rumors of who could be showing up. But first of all, let's talk about last night on the WWE Raw. Triple H begins the show walking out into TD Garden, and nice little Toronto connection. Toronto Dominion Bank is the is the title sponsor of Boston's Garden for basketball and hockey. So that always kind of plays with my mind. Then again, isn't the Carolina Hurricanes, don't they play at the RBC Arena too, or something like that?
Yeah.
And yeah, there goes the air.
I just watched the game, but I wasn't looking at the arena.
Either way, a whole bunch of Canadian banks are sponsoring arenas in the United States for some reason.
Yeah,
that's right. TD is one of them. TD Garden in Boston. Triple H walks out, introduces John Cena in his hometown. The first thing that doesn't surprise me, but then as a longtime fan surprises me, is this is the first time probably in, 15, 20 years that John Cena was not what was unanimously cheered in his hometown. Most of his other appearances in Boston Garden, you have a very large contingent of people going, Cena sucks. And
at best it was 50-50. That's it. Yeah,
exactly. But it was unanimous. It was loud. It was people dressing up in Cena gear. It was it brought a tear to the eye because this is finally the unseen hero is welcomed home by his hometown. They say you never can be a prophet in your own hometown, but at least for that moment, he was.
For one night, you can. Yeah,
exactly. Which is and so guess what? Big milestone happened as well too last night, thanks to Dominic Mysterio trying to get a little bit of a leg up on John Cena and seeing what trying to make a name for himself, as wrestling commentators would say. He's trying to make a name for himself. Triple H puts Dom in a match with John Cena, and guess what? For the Intercontinental Championship. And I was very, very happy to see how well John Cena held his own in the ring still, especially against somebody like Dirty Dom, who is at the top of his game, and he proclaimed himself as such. But what do you guys think of Dominic trying to get the upper hand on Cena using an old Eddie Guerrero tactic with the steel chair?
Well, I mean, he's honoring his father, so there's nothing wrong with that. I can't. Anytime I watch Dom do anything, it's just always in my head when he first appeared on TV, and he's there when Punk is being creepy, singing "Happy Birthday" to his sister, and he's a little kid, and it's custody of Dom on a pole, or ladder match, and it's crazy to me. Because that's all I think of. It's like Crosby at the end of his career, he's still the new kid to me. He's still Sid the Kid, right? I have a real problem with that kind of stuff, right? Like I lock people into certain things. And Dom is a little kid who's platinum blonde looking like he's about to cry because, Punk's being crazy or whatever, right? So it's just all that's always in my mind. And then I'm like, look how far this kid's come. Like, it's great. He's not a kid. It's fantastic. And doing toe-to-toe with Cena. And I know Cena's clearly in his twilight, if you can call it that. But I mean, yeah, it was a great match, and tried to do the fake chair shot thing, and it was great. It was all great. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was a very good match, and it's something that a lot of people have been speculating could happen in the match pitting Dirty Dom against John Cena. Some people would have even wanted it to be Cena's last match. Now, that could still happen. We can talk about the tournament and the seeding and the surprises that could possibly come. But they didn't just book Big Match John in a big match in his hometown for his last appearance in Boston as an active wrestler. They paid it off. I was amazed. And I guess you can debate till the cows come home whether it was good that it was the top of the show or whether they should have saved it for the end. I think if they had saved it for the end, that then fans would keep chanting for Cena. It's his hometown, for goodness sakes. So, I mean, it's double-edged sword territory. So, but I'm glad that they did that they, that they really paid it off for his home state, at least hometown fans. And we got to see one special moment. And I believe this makes John Cena a Grand Slam champion.
That's right. This is the first out of all of the years and all of the definitions of Grand Slam champions. The current one, I believe, was created in 2015. I think the current Grand Slam champion. But even before that, he was not a Grand Slam champion. With the Intercontinental Championship, he is now officially a Grand Slam champion alongside The Miz.
There you go.
Awesome.
Finally getting to the height of The Miz. I mean, it took a while, but Johnny C finally did it. Yeah.
I mean, maybe John just couldn't, overcome that mountain. I mean, Miz beat him in the main event of WrestleMania 27, right?
Right? I mean, if Miz can win and Fandango can win at WrestleMania, anything is possible. So,
That's right.
But let's not bring that up. Just to go back to opening the show with it, I mean, I've watched more than enough wrestler podcasts and interviews and all that kind of thing. A lot of them, if not all of them, say if you can't be the last match, be the first match.
Be the first, yeah.
Right? Because, it's an opportunity to set the tone for everything else. But I could also see where Cena's like, okay, let's get my thing over with just in case the fans want to hijack or something like that. We've seen,
right.
If it was in Toronto, it probably would have been hijacked. They were sleeping that night. I mean, if you can hijack, but they didn't give them the chance to do it, right? So I could see where it's like, okay, yes, let's do my flowers or whatever. But again, I mean, his last show is going to be mostly NXT stars. So, that had to have been his idea, right? Or half, right? So it's like half NXT versus half current. So, that's he's there to showcase other people as well. So, it's the same thing with Bryan Danielson in AEW, where he did the win in Wembley. He didn't want to win. TK wanted that. Give him his flowers. His last match, he was murdered. So, that's what Bryan Danielson wanted. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's go out on your back. That's the old school thing. So,
or being choked with a plastic bag. Something.
Sure. I mean, it's not like waterboarding.
Or, have fireworks go off during your death match. So,
did you say? Did you also say waterboarding?
Oh, Jason.
Well, that happened to Darby. Anyway, this isn't about AEW. I said we're not talking about AEW.
Sure.
It's my default. But anyway, yeah. So I could see that's definitely where it's like, let's do my thing. Sure, that's great. I want to do it in Boston and all that kind of stuff. But there's a million other people in this locker room. Let's continue the show with all the other storylines.
Now, I will say that it did lead to people being kind of tired after that first title match because they really exhausted themselves. Yeah. And that, of course, that's one of the risks they run of putting the perceivable main event as the first thing. Because then you got Damian Priest versus, I can't even remember, Rusev?
Yep, I believe. Yep, let me just bring up the card over here.
Sure.
Hero, I mean, Rusev. It's so hard to keep track of all
right, yeah, it's so hard to keep track.
Yep, Damian. It was Rusev with Rusev Day defeating Damian Priest to move on to the next round of the Last Time Is Now tournament.
Yeah, so I mean, it led to people kind of sitting on their hands for that one because I think they were a little tired of cheering their lungs out for their hometown guy. Yeah. So Damian and Rusev.
Both of those guys are awesome.
Yes.
Watch, right. Both of them.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know what makes Rusev so special, by the way, because he claims he kept shouting to the camera after the match that he can see John Cena. I don't know how he gets that special power. So
that's awesome. I love Rusev, Miro, whoever he is. He's so good.
Yeah.
Well, at the same time, if you, taking a look at the match itself, and I did get the chance to watch Raw and everything. So, I should. But the action was a little bit slower than it was expected to be, especially with two performers like this. I think that's probably one of the reasons why that it also gave people a chance to sit on their hands a little bit more. But afterwards, after that match, it was CM Punk's promo that woke everybody up again. So.
It could have been the pacing purposely slowed down to almost not necessarily be a complete cooler match, but everybody settle and then get into the rest of the show because they're going to need their energy again. Obviously, they know Punk is out next, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Would you have in terms of the ordering of the matches, would you have had Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie Vaquer go right after Cena instead of Rusev versus Priest?
No, because they were going for a pretty crucial storyline beat for the women, and so that shouldn't have been the afterthought segment, which I think, unfortunately, someone had to be, and I think Damian and Rusev were kind of more in that spot. Sorry to say.
Yeah. Well, the big story, as you were talking about earlier, Chico, was that it was Nikki Bella declaring in John Cena's hometown of Boston, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, that she's going after Raquel's Women's Championship.
Stephanie's.
Or Stephanie's. Yes, Stephanie's. Yes, Stephanie.
Yeah, wrong Latina. Get it right. Come on. There's the devil's kiss alone should make you never forget who you're talking about.
True. Very, very true. And we should move on from that thought because the last time is now tournament. The next match of it.
Okay, go ahead. No.
Yeah, I'm stuck on Vaquer too. That's fine.
The last time is now tournament. Next match is Shinsuke versus Sheamus, and that was Sheamus defeating Nakamura.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't get to finish that match, so I'm kind of glad Sheamus got it because I mean Shinsuke, I feel like he's kind of in the twilight of his career too. I think. And he's really not been backed very much either by management or the WWE universe. Like there's not a whole lot to get behind there, in my opinion. Now, something I could see that I don't know if it would be part of the tournament, but Sheamus getting his first IC title against Cena.
That was the thing I was going to talk about later.
I'm so sorry,
Chico.
We can go back to it though.
I'll think of some other crazy thing.
No. We'll speculate on that in a second. Because
my match speculation is now Mordecai versus Cena for the last.
Oh my! What the Kevin Thorne is going on here?
Oh goodness gracious!
Kevin Thorne.
Oh boy. Let's see. So there were some headlines that I was looking at earlier, but I can't find that page right now on my browser. So why don't we do this? Let's finish off with the last match on Raw, which was the WWE Women's Tag Team Title match of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss putting up the tag team titles on the line against the Kabuki Warriors, with the Kabuki Warriors defeating Bliss and Flair, pinning Flair to win the tag team titles.
Whoa, I didn't see that either. I think I fell asleep.
Yep, and it was
wow.
Yeah,
really engaging for you, Chico.
Yeah, but by the sounds of it, solid show.
Yeah, it was a very solid show, and I was glad to have been able to watch it in its entirety, and not. It's not without controversy and shenanigans, because it was Nia Jax and Lash Legend at ringside interfering in the match, sending Bliss over onto the announce table, taking her out, allowing the Pirate Princess to deliver the insane elbow onto Flair, being held onto by Miss Kabuki Warrior herself. Asuka, yeah. Sorry. I thought of Kairi Sane doing the insane elbow, and I'm just like, man, that's insane. Anyway, and I got distracted. But Asuka held Charlotte Flair down. Insane elbow onto Charlotte Flair. 1, 2, 3. Lots of shenanigans in the ring afterwards. Rhea Ripley. Everybody comes down to the ring, and you have the faces inside the ring. You have the heels outside the ring. Yeah, the heels outside the ring.
Are you okay? You have just
I've been awake since 6 a.m.
You hit so many speed bumps just now. Awesome.
Yep. But the most important part of it is that it's going to be Sky, Ripley, and the two Platinum Blondes, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, versus Lash Legend versus
Nia Jax, yeah,
and the Kabuki Warriors in War Games.
Speaking of that, I'm so glad you brought up that word, because of course that's where it was headed. The men's stuff too, which I'm sure you're going to get to. It was great that they brought out a certain person to shout War Games.
That's right, of course. I mean, hey, you know what? When William Regal,
Whoa, take a breath. Colin, how are you?
Go make a pot of coffee. Come on back.
I know, right? Well, I mean, we should just shoot the breeze for him.
Yeah, maybe.
What happened here?
Well, you called me dumbfounded earlier, so I think it's actually starting to come to life.
You're just backing up your joke, sir.
I see you.
Commitment to the
But yeah, when William Regal is more and more these days looking like that the late Rutger Hauer, that it
Wow.
gives a much more oomph to the announcement of War Games.
That's for the kids. That's for the kids out there.
Look it up, kids.
Look up Rutger Hauer. Go, I'm not gonna tell you how to spell it.
I heard that name earlier today for whatever reason. I don't know why I heard his name, and I'm just like, I know that name for some reason. Looked it up. Oh my god, he looks like William Regal.
And that's why you brought his name into this episode. Wow.
Pretty much. God rest his soul.
I just remember, here's a random line I remember Rutger Hauer from, with, like, speaking. He was in The Dark Knight.
That's right. That's right.
And No, I think it was, Batman Begins. My bad. He told Morgan Freeman, he said all these things, and he's like sort of assumed control of Wayne Enterprises. And then he kind of was shelving Lucius Fox, Morgan Freeman's character. And then he said, "Didn't you get the memo?" And then Morgan Freeman reversed it on him by the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. So I remember that.
20-year-old movie, sure.
Yeah, I remember that from Rutger Hauer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now you know him from War Games. Anyway, we're going to take a break here and reset and see if I can find my words all over again. This is Ringside Heat on Saga 960 AM 200th episode. We'll be back after this and other promotional considerations. Welcome back to Ringside Heat on Newstalk Saga 960 AM, our 200th episode on the radio and on Spotify, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcatchers. Lex Tan at Lex Tan Media, host and producer. We've got Chico at Coco Collects, TNA wrestling expert and wrestling memorabilia expert. At Risen72, Colin Dodge. He is our AEW expert and our Godzilla expert as well. Tattoo expert as well, because I don't have a tattoo. Chico doesn't have a tattoo. Show that tattoo again. Show that tattoo on your arm that's like that's slightly off screen one more time.
Oh yeah, it's Odin's Ravens there.
Odin's Ravens. Look at that. What handiwork that is.
Oh, okay, that just reminds me of, I think Ron Burgundy? Did he invoke
Odin's beard?
Odin's beard. Okay. I thought I heard Great Odin's Raven at some point somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure it was Odin's beard. Yeah.
I heard. Here's what I heard. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
That would be a good tattoo as well. Yeah. Glass case of emotion.
Yes. And it's a phone booth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, don't talk to me about.
We remember. Don't worry.
That's right. Well, you probably forgot about it. Everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. But before we continue, we just because we are recording this on November the 11th, and this is our first show after Remembrance Day. We want to give honor to everybody that's in the armed forces currently today, and those who did fight in the wars, in the wars of the 20th century, for the opportunity for us to have the freedoms that we have today. We will never forget you. We will always remember and honor you, our glorious dead, and also our wonderful veterans who did fight in the armed forces and are currently serving us for the protection of our country and our freedoms here in Canada. So we salute you, all of our wonderful veterans and our glorious dead.
Yeah, and you know what? We do have some friends, at least Lex and I do, that still serve today, and so we also want to honor them and the things that they do. Whatever your political leanings are and how military is used in everything, there are honest to God, good servicemen and women out there doing whatever it is that has to be done. And so we honor those people who are currently serving as well.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're doing what they do so we can have our silly little show like this and reference Rutger Hauer.
Yeah. And trying to make sure Lex Tan stays hydrated.
That's right.
And well, I mean, one thing that we will be talking about in this segment is we're going to continue the John Cena talk in his now a Grand Slam champion at the age of 47, first time in his 20-plus year career. And you know what? There's a lot of guys out there that make belts important. And a lot of guys that the belt makes important. But I think John Cena does factor into that. He for a long time is the one that really elevates the belt. And because of that, everybody is, I guess, getting reaping the benefits of that, especially with the Last Time Is Now tournament and the question is who deserves and who will be the one to retire John Cena. Now, last week on episode 199, Chico and I were throwing out Chico was, and I agreed with him that he was throwing out the idea of Joe Hendry being one of the mystery opponents in the Last Time Is Now tournament, and he could be the one to get that big push and even the IC title from John Cena, possibly.
Hey, I kind of like that. Now, I didn't picture Joe Hendry with the Intercontinental title, but that would be a great main roster debut. I mean, he's been spending a lot of time in NXT lately, so one would speculate that his contract with TNA is pretty much at its end. And maybe they're sort of all working together and helping Joe to transition into being an official WWE employee. I would think the way things are being booked right now, it certainly feels like Joe Hendry's making his way up. I wouldn't mind him getting a bit of that push by beating John in his last match. I wouldn't mind. I think I'm not sure if that's realistically what it'll be, but I would not mind at all seeing that. And now having added value with the Intercontinental title.
And with Thea Hale by his side as well to double down on the, say his name and he appears gimmick.
Yeah. Has there been a lot of WWE or NXT appearing on TNA lately? Like, is it kind of even that way, or are they all considered kind of under the same umbrella now?
No, so TNA is still under Anthem ownership.
Okay.
So there's still a separate entity, a separate company. There's always rumors persisting of TKO just kind of adding TNA to its umbrella, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. And I think it's better off that they're separate organizations for now anyway.
I would
it kind of shows too that WWE can kind of go across, like, not enemy lines, but company lines to do some pretty solid business. And it's just this fun thing for geeks in wrestling, like us and other people, to see that companies can kind of cross over and do things fairly well. Of course, we can have our opinions week to week about whether it benefits one or the other, or whether it should prop one up or the other. WWE doesn't need the propping up, but I mean, TNA is TNA is getting exposure. So, yeah. I think TNA is being largely helped by this, though. So I mean,
yeah.
It's. I think it's been good, and it continues, and I think it's not going to stop anytime soon. So anyway, in terms of Joe Hendry, I would maintain that he would be a pretty good candidate or for Cena to put over. And even, I didn't even put the IC title in that mix because that news is so fresh with Cena having the title. Mm-hmm. Some would speculate Dom somehow monkey wrenches himself into the Last Time Is Now tournament and ends up in that match against Cena and gets it back. I mean, I can see that too, because Dom is probably one of the brightest spots in the future of WWE.
But does he need any more heel heat? I mean,
no, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
He's got it all, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or maybe like Hendry can win it and then like he gets into a feud almost immediately with Dom Mysterio. Maybe like that can be the next
long
step.
term. Yeah. Yeah. Dom and Hendry. Yes. That's a program.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you're going to talk about other theories at this time, which you could probably do. One of the other rumors floating around, at least in my head, is we could pass the baton from one retirement tour to another and have Chris Jericho come in and beat Cena, but that would be kind of old hat stuff. You know,
I mean, he's had the IC title so many times.
so many times.
In fact, one of Johnny's favorite moments involved Jericho with the IC title with Shawn Michaels and that double heel turn, face turn kind of thing as well.
Oh, great!
WrestleMania 19?
Yeah.
No, this is
No.
Ruthless Aggression era, sometime on WWE Raw.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Jeritron 5000.
Oh,
Yes.
look up that back and forth. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I forgot about it, and you remembered and reminded me.
Oh,
of it.
masterclass.
Yes, because
Yeah.
we do remember those things, and you
Yeah.
forget. But
Rush Hour.
yes.
Yeah. Well, the wrinkle that the Intercontinental title comes into is because Cena's not going to win this last match. I don't see him
I don't
ever
see it
agreeing
either.
to that. I mean,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yes, the powers that be can tell him what to do, but I don't see him wanting to do that. So, and I think they're getting around that by having this belt. But him having the belt, and he's going to lose, I think that just revamps everybody's fantasy booking to what his final thing. Because I've said this before on the show anyway, is like absolute poetry, and I don't think he's healthy enough to do it, would be Kurt Angle.
Oh my goodness.
Like, you know what I mean? But it's just,
Yeah.
But I mean, what's Kurt Angle going to do with the IC belt?
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. So, okay, Dom, somebody give Dom money in the bank so we can just hamstring Kurt Angle and get the belt back and get more heel heat that way. But yeah, there's no way. So it's not going to be Kurt Angle. But mentioning Sheamus, though, yeah, how you ruined my whole thing earlier, is
You can have it back.
Sheamus hasn't been IC title, and then I guess that also means he hasn't been Grand Slam either. So do we have back-to-back new Grand Slammers?
Interesting.
Maybe. Has Sheamus been the United States champion?
I believe he has. I think during that terrible, was that Legion grouping? I think he was
League of Nations.
League of Nations. That's it.
In which he was with Rusev, oddly enough, as they faced each other in the next round.
They were on there. Oh, that was bad. Man, that didn't work. That was the whole everybody's gotta love Roman or this company's over era. Yeah. So that did not work. But yeah, I think he was U.S. champion during that.
Maybe.
I think beforehand as well. So I don't know. I just want the barter reform. That was such a great tag team. But anyway. How's that gonna happen?
No, I have a feeling they have. They possibly might have. God, what's his name over there? Claudio Castagnoli. I feel like they're earmarking him for the new, as if AEW didn't have enough titles already, national championship.
Yeah, he needs a belt, and for some reason they won't give him the world one. He had the ROH one for a while, and he did great with it. It made me watch Ring of Honor.
He can have the new national one. That way he can defend it when he's in the nation of the United States. And then when he's overseas, Tony Khan said that belt will be defended overseas too. So it can be that nation's championship as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, get it.
They have too many belts and then they go get other belts. So yeah, there's a lot of belts.
I mean, look at Mercedes Moné, what she's doing right now. So if there's anything that's a microcosm of what's happening in AEW, it's Mercedes.
Yeah, she's going after Chris Statlander's belt now. So yeah, that'd be a good match.
How many now? 12?
12, I believe. Last I checked. Yep.
Probably yes. And then getting the AEW Women's World Championship would be 13th, which to me that might signal a beginning of a downfall, being an unlucky number, maybe.
Yeah, they did it that high so she could tie Ultimo Dragon's.
I think it was 11. I think she's already passed it.
It's 11. That's what I mean. Yeah, so she passed it and met it and now passed it. So yeah, that's why they did it. Yeah.
Yeah. We got so far away from Cena, but anyways, there you go.
Well, I mean, Rucker Howard, and we're back. So yeah, like I was saying, obviously the dream match is Kurt Angle, but again, many reasons, and now
obviously
and many with the IC belt, it's not going to happen. So I like Sheamus. If you want to talk about continuing things, maybe Finn Balor, because then you could continue with Dom and Finn Balor hating each other.
Possible, because did you see
who deserves a belt more than Finn Balor? Sorry, go ahead.
That's true. Did you see the Dominic's backstage promo afterwards, after he lost the IC title?
Apparently, I think I saw the tweet, if it was real, about Finn Balor. Like, today's a great day or something.
Okay, no. It was just to recap it for you quickly.
Yeah.
So Dom was just walking, and of course, social media cameras are around them, right? So he's talking to it, and he said, "Where was the Judgment Day?" Like he was going out, he mentioned every single name in the Judgment Day, and said, "Where's my family?" And he was like frustrated. So you might be onto something there, Mr. Dodge. So it could lead into something like that. But Finn Balor, though, I feel like they've tried with him, and he just can't get over. Like not in the way that he would need to be the guy to beat John Cena. Like I don't see that.
It's like when he gets so close, and then the last time was that shoulder injury, and he's never recovered from that. The shoulder injury, yes, but the momentum killer is. Yeah.
But he's also been a workhorse for the last few years, and like yes, he doesn't he hasn't gone to main event status as the way like you would see a Rey Mysterio or an AJ Styles, but he is actually. Not only is he been a workhorse with the Judgment Day over the past few years, but he actually, before Cena became a Grand Slam champion, he was the most recent Grand Slam champion, achieving that feat September the 2nd in 2023 by capturing the tag team championships with Damian Priest. So that means he's captured the Universal, the tag team championships, both the Intercontinental and the United States Championship, which you need both of.
Right.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that goalpost keeps moving. So
it hasn't moved since 2015.
Oh, okay.
The original format was 1997, with Shawn Michaels achieving
the European
that.
belt was a part of that, right?
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yes.
Yep.
The church. Yeah. So.
It used to be a Triple Crown, and then it became a Grand Slam. Got it.
Yes. And so Shawn Michaels was the first Grand Slam champion in the original format, where he won the WWF Championship March 31st, 1996, the World Heavyweight Championship in 2002, both tag team championships, which he only needed one of them, 1994 with Diesel, and then 2009 with Triple H. And then the secondary championship, which would be the Intercontinental Championship, which he won originally in 1992. And the European Championship was the tertiary championship, 1997. So that was the that was the original format of Grand Slam champions. But it's interesting. It's actually been around. The current definition has been around already 10 years. So. Yeah.
So what do you think, Mr. Tan? What do you think the results are going to be of this thing? Is that where we're?
You can't pick Mordecai. Here? I already picked Mordecai. Yeah, okay.
Well, here's the thing. Like, yes, I mean, like, one thing I do like about what Colin said is that trade one or create another Grand Slam champion right after John Cena, and give Sheamus those flowers that he hasn't gotten yet. And yes, he's been around for such a long time. He's had such a great career, regardless of how many championships he's been able to hold. But my gosh, he's been there, right? He's been there. He's always been in the mix, and reinvents himself very, very ever so slightly, but still Sheamus, right?
Beat Daniel Bryan in 3 seconds at Mania. It was great.
Yep, exactly.
He wasn't ready, I know, but still, it was great.
Hey, and he was exactly. And now that you reminded me, he was the one who launched the Yes movement, so to speak. So
there you go. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep,
should exactly. Forget Finn Balor. Yeah. Sheamus all the way.
Yeah, but then I do also like the whole idea of Finn Balor, launching off from a storyline from that. But wasn't the IC title always about proving as the younger dude, as the young scrappy underdog, that you belong in the conversation, you belong in the main event? Exactly. It's the breath away from the main event, and maybe they should keep it that way. Maybe they should say, hey, you know what? It's John Cena going out there and saying, hey, all of you, come earn that spot. Show me that you deserve to carry this company the way that I did.
Okay, so then what about somebody like Damian Priest, LA Knight? I know LA Knight's a little longer in the tooth than some of the younger guys, of course, but in terms of not getting that championship, what about them? You guys would be more in touch with what they've been doing lately than I am, of course. But yeah, guys like that.
See, here's the thing with LA Knight. I like the idea of him being the last match of John Cena. I like that idea, but in one of the commercial breaks that they have the air content on Netflix, he did go a little bit long with his promo, over the 3-minute promo that he had with Byron Saxton, and they actually had to cut him off before going back into the live. So that did make him look a little bit weak there.
I'm not a big fan of either of those names you mentioned being the ones to topple Cena. I just can't see it with Damian Priest. I mean, it's documented on the show, not that anybody keeps track of all this history, that I find Damian Priest kind of boring. I don't think that he would be the one to beat John Cena, nor should he be. I will just flat out say that. I will say LA Knight possible, but I'm kind of not feeling that. I don't know what it is. I just don't feel like he's like he talks a big game, but when it comes to it, I don't see him with the big baton.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's why this the next month of wrestling is going to be very, very compelling with the WWE side, because we don't know for sure. And I think that's the great part about all of this is that
we can't see it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God! There's not going to be a 201 if you keep that up. My goodness.
That's true. I'm not sorry.
So I know you're not.
whether Cena's final opponent may be a veteran like Sheamus or Finn Balor, or maybe it's one of the up and comers like, let's say, a LA Knight or a Joe Hendry, or maybe or maybe a Carmelo Hayes, somebody we haven't even mentioned yet.
Okay.
Maybe the real victory is this: John Cena showing us that you can fight for decades and still walk away with grace, and that is a title that nobody can ever strip away from him.
Now, here's another question, maybe for another episode, but in terms of being the WWE greatest of all time, I think Cena's either crept closer to, or in some eyes, maybe toppled Hulk Hogan.
It's possible. It's very, very possible.
I will say yes, very completely.
You think so? Okay.
I'm biased. I'm like Hogan in decades.
Well, you know what? I do want to actually tackle that question next week on Ringside Heat for episode 201.
Now. There we go.
Yeah, because that probably going to take up the whole show. In fact, we're almost done with our airtime over here. We need to take a break.
What?
And
they should give us more time. It's our 200.
No, hold on. Just really quickly. I think that's a great timing piece because Madison Square Garden coming up.
Yes, there it is. So next week, Madison Square Garden. And by the way, that new Joe Hendry song really makes me want to watch NXT next week. Anyway,
and he doesn't even work for them. It's great.
Exactly. We're going to take a break over here. In the last few minutes of the show, we're just going to give our fun recollection of some memories that we have, some of the things that we've talked about on the show, maybe the best segments we've done and we remember, and just what are the things in wrestling over the past 4 years if we've been on the air for these 200 episodes that we look back fondly upon as we have been able to document this era of wrestling on TV and online with AEW, with WWE, with TNA, and everything else around it. We'll be back after these promotional considerations. Welcome back to Ringside Heat on News Talk Saga 960 AM 200th episode here on radio as well as in podcast form. Lex Tan alongside Chico Nougat and Colin Dodge, and Chico's looking around for something that he can't see. And before the break, he did show me what he could not see, and it was his Unseen 17 John Cena action figure still in the box. But I'm not sure if it's there at the moment anyway.
Well, I was going to bring it on for this segment of the show, but I can't see it now. So.
God. How apt.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So 200 episodes, guys. First of all, thank you again to Saga 960 for Jyoti, for Praveen, for keeping us on the air and allowing us to talk wrestling on this station. We very, very much appreciate all the airtime that you've given us and all the ways that you've helped Ringside Heat grow on your station. And hey, here's to more wrestling content as we go along. But I'd like to just recollect a little bit here. What are some of the fun things that we've done on the show and also fun things that we've observed on the show? I mean, first off, I think my favorite thing my favorite thing that I was able to do is talk to guys like Jimmy Corderas, Vince Russo, Adam Copeland, AEW Forbidden Door, where I got to where I nearly got a bottle to the face thanks to Chris Jericho. And apparently I'm still on his list somehow. So so I'm very, very happy about that. Lots of fun things, and just being a part of the wrestling community as well. I know I haven't been back for a while, but I guess when I do come back, there'll be a different fire coming from me going into that wrestling community back again. But how about you guys? What are some of the favorite moments that you had in the show, and what are some of the favorite moments that you've observed over these last 4 years of us talking about wrestling?
I would say, well, I guess maybe pridefully for myself, the Undertaker episode I put together. I'm still really proud about that.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
And it's actually the fault of that episode that I thought maybe I could do a podcast one day, and so now I'm doing a Godzilla podcast. So that's their fault, ladies and gentlemen. But I was really proud of that. I think also, honestly, the cinematic matches, Bray's, of course, and then Taker and AJ's, I think how it kind of collectively blew all our minds, all the different ones. And it was nice for me to see with my friends who we've been wrestling fans for so long, what is left to blow our hair back. You know what I mean? Those of us who have hair. And so it was, sorry, 200. Someone's getting roasted. Of course. It was just great to have that. This is crazy. We've never seen anything like this before. We've all been watching wrestling way too long. And to have that happen, and then of course to share that. And I guess the other final thing is, I mean, we started this in 2021. And I mean, it was during all the COVID craziness. I'm isolated anyway, being out here in Nova Scotia. And I know it was a big deal for me being on this show, of course, for just kind of keeping my sanity and really keeping in touch with you guys when, I moved away for some stupid reason. So that's, the show's been pretty big. So, yeah. So, yeah, pride things, and also just being able to share crazy new things that who knew could still happen in wrestling 20, 30 plus years of all of us watching it. So, yeah.
Chico.
I'm going to say that some of it was being able to sort of tag along with Lex at Impact Wrestling at the time shows. I guess TNA shows as well. I don't know, but just getting to go to shows where, like, essentially we got to go there because we're part of wrestling media, so that's kind of been a cool thing for me. But without a doubt, and I'm speaking for probably several of us here too, the pinnacle for me was the whole WrestleMania 40 experience, and getting to share that with wrestling fan brothers, and and the rest of the Dawson family as well, and my cousin Arvi, just getting to share that with this group of guys, and then recapping it over in Newmarket, where we got to all sit down in a shop and just shoot the breeze all together. One of our few sessions where we're in person together, and just recall just such a great week of memories at WrestleMania in Philadelphia. So, yeah, that's got to be, like, that is exactly what came to mind. And I have not prepared anything for this segment as an answer, but that's what immediately came to my mind as the highlight, because WrestleMania was a bucket list for me. So a bucket list item for me. And that got checked off during the course of the show, and we got to talk about it and recall it. And it's just all around number one for me in terms of our time throughout these 200 shows.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, no, I thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your memories about what this show represents to you guys, and also thank you all who are listening and watching right now for being on this journey with us. And we know we've met some of you along the way, and you've always been very, very good to us and kind to us, especially all the promoters and the wrestlers that have supported us over the years and listened to us over the years, and we've had on, like Clash Kincaid and Ty and Kingsley,
Steve Macklin,
exactly. It's been a really fun ride, and you know what, we're gonna see where the next 200 episodes may take us. At the same time, we do have to end the show because Saga 960 needs to air their next program. But thank you again to Jyoti, thank you again to Praveen, and to everybody who at Saga 960 over the years, Money as well too, who directed one of our episodes in person as well, for just giving us this opportunity to talk an amazing genre of entertainment with your listeners, with our listeners, and contribute to wrestling media here in the 21st century. For all of us here at Saga 960, and for all of us here at Ringside Heat with John, Jose, and Steve, who are not on the show with us at this time, we thank you very, very much, and we look forward to producing more wrestling content for you over the next few weeks, and who knows where it will go as we lead up to John Cena's final match. We'll be back next week with more wrestling talk. This is Ringside Heat on Saga 960 AM, and we remember the things that you probably forgot.
Bye, guys.